Push on the very end of the tree until it gives. And I just push. There. Hey, it's Greg here with Outdoors on the Cheap, and I thought I'd do another video on a theme of videos I have called bush machines, which is just a play on words from simple machine stuff you learn in high school physics. You know, the pulley, the lever, the ramp, the wedge, that sort of stuff, right? And I think I've done just about every one except the lever. And of course the lever has many applications, so I suppose this is not going to be the only video I do on levers. If you think of a forest full of trees, well, what's a tree if it isn't a lever, right? And the longer the lever, the greater the force multiplier it is. So you can do some pretty amazing things with a long lever, right? My daughter is 15 years old and she weighs about 120 pounds, and she can pick up a man 3 times my size with a big enough lever, right? She can do anything with a lever. Anyway, we all know levers are great. What I'm doing today, I'm making a separate video. Stay tuned for that. It's going to take some more editing on a way to make a big fire. And I'm just pushing down trees and breaking them up to make these sort of 4, 5, 6 foot lengths, okay? And I haven't used a saw or an axe for any of this. I'm just using, I'm either bashing them over this and just breaking, but some of the trees are too sound and they won't just break in half. So for those neat trees, I'm using a lever. How do I do that? Well, let me show you. So here's a few I just did. And you can see these are trees that are 4 or 5 inches in diameter, and I've just broken them in half with, you know, like the strength of a giant, just using a lever. There's another tree right over there. I'm going to break it. Let's get my camera set up here and let me show you how that's done. All right, I got 2 trees here and here. It doesn't matter how far apart they are, as long as they're close enough that you can get a tree wedged in between them. I got a big old tree here that I want to break. So I got one end against that tree, one end here. And then I go way over here, the far end of the tree. And for this you want to push, not pull, or you'll fall down. And I just push. There. It didn't break where I wanted, but I got a nice 5 foot length, which is about the length I want for this fire. I got another one here. Let's see if we can get that to break. A lot more effort here because it's shorter, but maybe it'll go. Won't go. That's fine. You can still use this, but this tree is just too lively to break. Good wood. Put it through it to about the point where I want it to break about here. So it's on this tree. This is what you call a fulcrum, right? Now this part of the tree is a lever. I don't know if I'm going off camera here, but I'm going to push on the very end of the tree until it gives. There we go. We got a 6 foot piece of wood. And just so you can see the quality of the wood. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but that's not rotten. That is really sound wood. But, you know, I was from the point of the fulcrum there, where I was bending the tree against, I had 12 feet of tree. So that's an incredible force multiplier. Got another tree here that I want to break. These trees are about 2 feet apart. Want it to break right about there. Just get against it. Right. Takes a little effort, but it's still arguably faster and easier than sawing. But especially if you don't have a saw, that's the only option you got, right? You should always bring, gear in the woods. Always be prepared. But in the event that you're not, it's good to know a way around that. You're just using your body weight and a little leverage. Here I have a pile of wood that I'm going to use to make a fire. All this wood was gathered by just pushing dead trees down. And some of them were rotten enough, but dry, because a dead standing tree is dry. So we always think of rotten wood as wood that doesn't burn well. But if it's like this, that's practically paper, right? Anyway, some of them were so far gone that they were easy to just bash in half by smashing them over something like that. But for the ones that wouldn't break in half, I just used that lever trick. And, you know, in no time flat, I got all this wood. So, yeah, just a short bush machines video on the lever. The woods is full of levers, and any tree you want to be smaller, assuming it's long enough. And the shorter the tree is, the less leverage you have. And depending on how sound the wood is, you may not be able to break it. But if it's long enough, you can break it. If you're in a real forest, if you're in a wild forest, there's dead trees everywhere, at least where I live. This is like Nova Scotia, Canada, in the north sort of thing. A lot of spruce trees, they die. Lots of materials. So anyway, just a quick video on using leverage to process lumber for firewood. You push down a big tree, you want to make it shorter. You can burn it in half. Of course, you can use a saw or an axe or anything like that, but if you haven't got any gear and you're just going barehanded sort of thing, and the tree just won't break in half, which a lot of the rotten trees will. If it's so sound, that means it's good firewood. Just pry it in between, stick it in between two trees and pull. If it's long enough, you know, if the tree you're working with is long enough, you should be able to break it. And if it doesn't break, just burn it in half. I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and until next time, enjoy the outdoors on the cheap. Thanks for watching.